Hello everyone, namaste, it's me, Diarra. How are you? I hope you are all well. And yeah, thanks to all of you who purchased a personal reading. I just started them today. And I could upload all those readings within, just a few hours. That's very good news. So if you want to purchase a reading, just go ahead, do so. If you don't want to purchase anything, you don't have money, or you simply don't want to spend money for things like that, then just don't do it. Keep on listening to my free videos. I don't charge them. They are completely free for you. You don't have to pay anything. And I'm highly recommending, appreciating any recommendations and ideas, whether you want me to do a special reading. Maybe you have any ideas or so. And this one actually is a video on request. Someone asked me, and I think this is really a beautiful message. So thank you for that idea. Someone asked me to do a reading concerning what do you have to heal yourself from? Okay, is there anything, a blockage, an obstacle, an inner pattern or programmation that you have to heal yourself from? Okay, so this is today's topic. Let's go ahead, choose one of those 4 piles. This is number 1, this is number 2, pile number 3, pile number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And just let the pile choose you. So just feel with your intuition, with your third eye, as to say, which pile wants to be chosen by you? Which pile do you feel drawn to the most? Okay. I'm going to use a new deck today, which I borrowed from a friend of mine. Her name is Ramona. Thank you very much, Ramona, for trusting in me and letting me use your cards. So let's go ahead then. 1, 2, 3, 4. Starting with the 3, with the 1, of course. Where was that from? 3? I don't know. Maybe 3 is my pile. So I will have an eye on pile number 3. So what do you have to heal from? Pile number 1. And we have here the energy or the card, let's say card. It's a certain energy, of course, as well, to hold on tight to something. So this is definitely what you have to heal from, pile number 1. So could be that you are someone, who tends to hold on and to clinch, to clinch and to hold tight to people, maybe to situations, or things like that. You are very attached, and this can be actually everything. Maybe you are attached to your past, to your parents, your childhood, certain things that happens in the past, like experiences whatsoever. The need to, you want to be seen by certain persons, whether this is men, women, authorities. It can be that you are attached to money, to love, to status, to food, to sports, things like that. And the ironic is that the more you, not only you, but everyone, the more we hold on to stuff, whether people or situations or what, the more we lose them, and the more we lose control. So I think you have a big control issue, pile number 1. Okay, this is what I see for you. So pile number 1, you should really, if you want to heal yourself, if you are into this subject, what do I have to heal myself from? Heal yourself from control, an overdose of control, and the opposite of control is trust, by the way. Okay, so you should maybe train yourself in trusting more in divine guidance, in God, whatever you want to trust in. Okay, this is a big issue. This is a big topic of yours. Where does this this energy come from? Why are you someone who holds tight to things, persons, whatsoever? I think this is a sign that you are in need. You are in need. There is a lack that you want to cover, and this is why you hold on so tight. So a very typical example, this is really something that you heard maybe a lot of times before, but I think this is one of those things that every one of us can easily understand. Imagine a child, let's say somewhere between 3, 6, 9, 10, 12 years, and the parents, they are getting divorced. So from now on, this child lives only with one of the parents, whether it's the mother or the daddy. So, and this is what I mean with lack. There is a lack. There is something missing. And this is not your imagination. I'm not saying that you are fantasizing or so. There is something missing. Definitely, yes. And this is not your fault. Okay, someone took someone away from you. Whatever that was, can be self-esteem as well, by the way. I'm not only talking about persons and parents here. Don't get me wrong. This can have something to do also with love topics, this typical female, male stuff, and this lack that we feel, this void, this inner void. Number one is that most of the time we cannot name it. We feel it, but we cannot name it. We cannot really grab it. It's kind of a invisible energy surrounding us, And number two is that most of the time, as kind of a defense mechanism, we are trying to compensate this void, this lack, with something else, which can be, as I said already, everything. Can be sports, food, beauty, money, status, career, love. A lot of people are constantly in a relationship, different kind of relationships, but none of those are happy. But still they do prefer being in a relationship than being alone, because this being alone would trigger this inner void again. You know what I'm saying? So this is what you, number one, have to heal. Being so attached to stuff, to things, to persons, not to clinch so much anymore. And I do have one card. This is also another deck that I just bought. I really like those cards from Doreen Virtue. And this is the Angel Therapy deck, and I pulled out this card just to get an advice from the universe. How can you learn to live more faithful, to increase your level of trust? And they say we have the card Solar Plexus Chakra, third chakra. So maybe you want to Google some information concerning the third chakra. Sounds to me that this is an issue, being powerful. The third chakra, solar plexus, this is located behind our belly button. This stands for inner strength. So you should shift your awareness not to what you need and what you miss in your life, more towards what you do have and what's working well. And this will increase the level of self-esteem, and that will increase the level of self-love. And this will increase the level of, trust and faith, okay? So you are powerful and you matter. You know, someone may took something away from you when you were a child, or maybe in your adult life as well. Bad things do happen. You know, maybe once you lost your job and you were close to living on the street, you know, things like that. Maybe you have a big health issue. You know, maybe you are suffering from a chronic disease. I don't know. So you feel someone took something from you. You know, you feel kind of unfairness happens to you in the past. So, but they remind you, you still are powerful and you are able to get back the control in a positive way, not with control. Okay, so we have the word control here, which I find quite interesting, but they say on a positive way, in a positive way, bring back the control over your life. Don't victimize yourself anymore. Don't be the victim anymore. Okay, so this is for you, pile number 1. Then let's look at pile number 2. What do you have to heal yourself from? What do you have to heal in order to be more happy, in order to be more satisfied? This is being used. So maybe we have to deal here with people who got abused in the past. For sure, you've been used by others, and maybe still are. So maybe you always fall for the wrong man. Maybe you have not so many friends in your life, and those friends that you have, they may, not be so positive. You know, maybe they do have a lot of problems themselves, so they don't really, help you. Okay, in order to move forwards, because they have so much to do with themselves. This is what I see. I see you as kind of a victim. I'm not meaning that in a bad way. Don't get me wrong here. You know, I am not a native speaker, so I could express, if this would be a German reading, I could express myself a lot better, you know, a lot easier and more delicate, you know. I could use completely other words. I do have some German readings, but since German is only spoken in Germany and nowhere else in the world, I decided one day to do those readings in English. Okay, this is just, by the way, a little background info for you. So when I say you are a victim, I don't mean that in a bad way, okay? So what I do see here is also that what happens to you in the past, you know, this being used by others and exploited, I think it's the English word is to be exploited, you use that as kind of an excuse for being where you're at right now. So maybe things are not so good right now in your own little universe, you know, maybe with your job, maybe with your relationship, you know, maybe you have some stuff with your health going on. Maybe you have big financial problems. And this is always, you use this situation you are in right now as kind of an excuse because someone used you in the past, and this is where you are now, here and there. You know, this is why you can't be happy. This is why you can't earn a lot of money. This is why you don't get promoted. This is why this is why that. You know what I mean? So don't stop using this specific situation or, you know, this topic. Stop using this as an excuse. This is what you should heal yourself from. Okay? You live a lot in the past. This is what I'm hearing right now. Something very terrible happened in the past. Maybe someone died. Maybe, really someone abused you when you were a child. Maybe you have been to therapy for some years already or still are in therapy. There is a lot of help outside, but still you have to make the work. Okay? It's not enough just going into therapy. Still, there is so much more going on. Therapy is just one thing you can do. But, you know, I think what I see right now is that you are going through a rebirth. Pile number 2, you are going through a rebirth. And this will be very painful. Every birth every delivery, you know, laborhood, when a woman is pregnant and the child gets born. This is very, very painful. All of you out there who are having a child, you know what I'm talking about. And this is what you are going through. So it's either you are going through it right now in this moment while you are listening to this video, or this is about to happen in the nearest past. Okay? So I wish you a lot of strength. I do have very heavy and sad energy right now, feeling, yeah, I'm really getting goosebumps. So I don't want to get too much more into it, but I would highly recommend, this is one advice from me, a personal advice. It has nothing to do with the cards. Get yourself some help. Get yourself some help by professionals. And one angel therapy card I have for you, pile number 2, and this is basically what I just said. Clear your energy. You really have to clear your energies. You really have to get rid of all toxic energies that you absorbed in the past. Due to whatever happened, you know, a real tragedy, this is what I feel, a real tragedy. And this is not that you make something up or you are, you know, like exaggerating stuff. Something really bad happened in your life so far, and now it's the time to clear your energy. And this is an overall message that I do have for all of you out there. They are telling me that a big shift is about to happen for a lot of us. A big shift towards the better, of course, but for some of you maybe towards something even more painful if you do not start now to clear your energy. You know what I'm saying? So we are really on kind of a crossroad. We as humanity, you know, I'm not talking about you, me, I'm talking about us, all of us. We are at a crossroad. And since you found this oracle, and since the angels are talking so directly to you, like clear your energy, you really should listen to them. Clear your energy, get rid of the past, you know, move forward. Don't victimize yourself any longer. Move forward. You are strong to do it. And this oracle, this reading here today is really a sign from above for you. Okay, pile number 2. So let me just drink a little water to clear myself. Okay, pile number 3. Totally new reading. What do you have to heal from? Pile number 3. We have the card Herzensbruch, that was German, broken heart. So typically that could be something like love sickness. Someone broke your heart and you got very sick over this and very sad, and yeah. And this is what you like storaged inside your DNA, inside your body, your mind, and your heart. And your heart, yeah, it got broken. Okay, so I feel a lot of rage and dander and anger and grief and hate even for some of you. You know, this is a general reading, and just take everything that resonates with you. And I see I'm getting the word mirror work. Maybe you want to Google Louise Hay. How is her name? Louise Hay. Yeah, Louise Hay. I have a lot of books from her. She's a great intuitive life coach. Works a lot with affirmations. She knows a lot of the spiritual meaning of being sick. You know, so she says when you hurt your knee, it has to do because you don't want to move forward. Yeah, or when you have maybe a broken arm or something going on with your arm, she says it has to do with because you don't want to act. Okay, there is so much, anger and you know, just negative energy and toxins and obstacles in all of us. We have a huge storage down there in our body, and when this storage is when there is so much inside of the storage, we are kind of imploding, not an explosion, but we implode from the inside to the outside. And this is why we get ill. I don't know why I'm getting this topic illness. I think a lot of you who picked pile number 3, you have to deal with health issues. I'm an intuitive card reader. So this is what I'm getting, what I'm hearing, They want you to look in the mirror. They want you to love yourself. This is maybe why I'm getting the word mirror work. This is why I came to Louise Hay. So especially those of you who live in America, in the US, I think you know Louise Hay. So yeah, just go ahead, Google her. She's a great teacher and maybe she can help you, okay? With her books, with her cards, with her readings and so on. Sickness. This is what I'm getting. Illness. Being full of negative emotions. Someone broke your heart and maybe you never had the chance to really to yell at them, to hit them. You want to punch someone in the face. You want to scream out your pain. This is what you want to do. And maybe you should do it. Maybe you should, drive an hour outside town and just find a forest and then scream out your pain. Or you can maybe write a letter to the one that broke your heart, which could be also a parent for some of you. And then you don't send the letter to them, you just burn it. Create your own little ritual, okay? Write a letter, write everything down, and then burn the letter, okay? This is what I'm getting for you, pile number 3. Love, sickness, and a broken heart. And this is what you have to heal from. So I asked the angels, how can you do it? How can you heal from your broken heart? And they say that one thing that you can do, if you feel drawn to, if it resonates with you, you can write down, this is such a coincidence. I just said that. I just said, write a letter. And now it comes... I will translate that because this is a German card deck. I will translate what's written down there. To get rid of all your worries, fears and wishes, you should write them down on a piece of paper and then you can put them into a little box. They call it a God box. I know in English that sounds so weird, but in Germany it says Gotteskästchen. Just take a little box and it's like handing your wishes and your fears over to God, over to the universe, or however you want to call it, okay? And I don't know whether you know that when you want them, okay, the universe, God, the angels, however you want to call them, when you want them to help you, this is a general information, by the way, for everyone. You have to allow them to help you. You have to ask them for help. It's not enough just to say, oh, I'm so sad, I'm so in love with I want him to call me, I want him or her to contact me, I want a new job, I need a new house, I'm searching the right people. This is just, telling. This is just talking to the universe, But if you really want them to help you, you have to ask them for their help. It's not like so much talking to them. It's more like, going and say, dear angels, please help me to earn more money. Or dear universe, please help me to find the right man or the right woman. Dear universe, dear God, I ask you to help me to find a new job. This is how it works. You're really communicating. We can communicate in so many ways. But if you want the universe to step in, and to help you reaching your goals and get rid of your negative energy and this heartbreaking, stuff that's going on maybe for years already in your life. Maybe you get hurt, someone maybe all men or women you are with, and maybe starting with your parents, they broke your heart in a way. Maybe your parents got divorced. That was the first heartbreak. Then, your teenage love, he left you. Maybe he betrayed you. That was the second heartbreak. You know what I mean? Then you found another man or another woman. You've been together. You moved together. Maybe you got kids together. And then something happened between you with your kids. And that was the third and the fourth and the fifth heartbreak, Maybe this is really something that is repeating and going on in your life, pile number 3. And the angels, they say, cut the cords and ask the angels for help. Really ask them for help. Write down what you want them to do for you, okay? It's because they say they are not allowed to step into someone's life without admission. You have to allow them, permission, excuse me, I used a wrong word. Without permission, they are not allowed to help you. Okay? This is for you, pile number 3. And now the last pile, if you felt drawn to pile number 4, what do you have to heal from? Hate. Wow, this is a direct message. It's a German set, I'm German, I'm very straightforward, I'm not talking around, Hate. You have to get rid of hate. I think you are a very strong person, very dominant, a little bit aggressive. Maybe you are wearing some kind of a uniform, job-wise, whether this is you are a medical doctor, maybe you are, I don't know what, a flight attendant, a pilot, maybe you are in the military. Some of you, for sure, I'm getting that picture right now in front of my third eye. You are wearing some kind of uniform, and you like if things are very conform and, always the same. You like structure. What you hate the most is chaos and conflict. So you like rules, you like justice and fairness, and you hate if things are not going the right way, or what you at least say is the right way. But there is not only yes and no and wrong and right in this life and in this world. This is something you should really work on, to understand that there is not only one single truth, but many truths. The same as there are many different cultures, many different languages, many different people, and everyone is different. Everyone is different. We have 8 billion people in this world living, and they are all different. And this is valid, and this is good, and this is how God wants the world to be. So it's good to have rules and to follow rules and to be strict and direct and, very straightforward, and maybe even it's good to be a little bit aggressive in today's world, every now and then at least, like positive aggressiveness. But you should get rid of the hate that you carry inside. So I don't know what happened in your past. I see a lot of frustration and a lot of power struggle. Maybe having also an issue with authorities. Yeah. Due to some reason I cannot explain, I see some of you having to deal with jail. Being caught, being tied to something or someone, and you cannot leave even though you want to leave, and that makes you feel so angry because you want to leave a situation but you can't. So you feel like you were living in a jail. This is what I'm getting. Most of pile number 4, I see you now staring out of the window. You want to go out. Maybe you have to do with phobias, this is kind of a psychology issue. If you have fear for people, or how can I explain that in English? Those people who are afraid of flying, or afraid of being in an elevator, or afraid of public. And this is what I see for some of you. There is a lot of fear inside of you, and this fear makes you very angry. You are angry about yourself. You don't love yourself. I see you not loving yourself. Maybe you hate yourself even. Maybe you don't fit into the status quo of the society, you know, like how you look. Maybe you have something in your look that doesn't fit into today's what we call beauty, and you hate yourself. Some of you, you hate yourself. You have to get rid of that hate. Pile number 4. And how can you do that? I asked the angels, how can you get rid of those negative energies and this struggles and this neediness also? And they say, they give you a affirmation, sorry, I was talking a lot today, and they say, clarify and remove, clarify and remove. You know, this is your affirmation. Maybe you want to repeat that to yourself 20 times a day. Just those 2 words, clarify and remove, clarify and remove. Whenever the hate comes up, say clarify and remove. This is for you. You should only, then they say here, I will translate what's written down here on the card. You should only use positive words and thoughts for the next days, and they will manifest both ways, emotionally and physically, okay? And you have to ask your angels to help you. You have to talk to the universe, but don't only tell them your story. You have to ask them for help. This is not the same. It's not the same when you say, oh, dear universe, I'm so sad. I have so much worries. I have so much to carry. I'm so tired. This is just talking to the universe. But they want you to ask them for help. They want you to say, dear universe, please help me to clarify my energies. Please help me to remove all obstacles and all negative patterns that I carry with me. This is what they want you to do. And you see this man here with the sword. He's a fighter. He's a fighter, but for the good. You know, he's not fighting other people's down and say and judge others. He's fighting to be happy. And this is what you should fight for. Don't fight anymore against other people. This is one way of fighting, and I think the world needs that energy. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes we have to fight for what we believe in, you know. Otherwise, we are only a victim, you know, and we let other people do what they want to do. And even if we are if we are not agree with what they do, we just say, okay, I just have to let them do what they want to do. I can't help it. So fighting can be good, and you should fight, but you should fight for your higher interest. You know, you see the difference? They want you to clarify yourself, to remove everything that hinders you, and they want you to fight for your best. So it's not fighting against you anymore, it's fighting for yourself, okay? Not working against your body or any issue, but working to move forward. This is what they want you. I hope I could explain myself so you can take a lot with you from today's reading, especially you, number 3 and 4. Those 2 piles were a little bit the same. Maybe if you choose number 4, maybe you want to listen to the message from number 3 as well. And yeah, I wish you a lot of positive energy. Talk to the angels. Ask them for help. They need your permission. Otherwise, they are not allowed to step in. Okay? Ask them. And yeah, that's it. Peace out. Wishing you all the best. Bye-bye. Namaste.